it's been a great week in the US. I've really enjoyed it here, especially when I went 3.5 hours drive out of Denver up into the mountains and visited a place called Salida, a town called Salida and you mentioned you'd already visited Salida. Beautiful town, old America.
Very old, yeah.
A staging area for the railways when they were taking supplies to the mines and the quarries back in the late 19th century. And then up until about 1950, there was a lot of mining and quarrying. So got a bit of history and feel for the area, and ways in which the US seems to have things more lean and more efficient than Europe in some ways, and in other ways they are behind Europe in their leanness and efficiency. There's but some examples that I've noticed are the traffic light system here is everywhere. And
everywhere.
There's no roundabouts or slip roads, even. So there's a lot of delays whenever you're driving or taking an Uber. There's a lot of the time spent waiting at traffic lights in the town. It's a grid system, and so there's traffic lights at every intersection. Basically, it's about every 1/10 of a mile, Eric.
That's Denver. I forgot how big their blocks are, but you're probably right. It's about every 600 feet, I think, is their grid system. And so if you try to get a roundabout put anywhere in the United States, go to the city hall meeting where they're trying to put that in, and it's a bloodbath.
So the alternative would be a tunnel, and Elon Musk, I know, is doing a lot of technology about tunneling, and tunneling has become a lot cheaper and more effective recently. So I was thinking that in the near future, the idea would be that each intersection would have a tunnel in one direction, rather than an overpass, which is another alternative, an overpass. But the tunneling might actually come into its own very soon. What do you think about that, Eric?
I still want to see on that, because if we're going to tunnel and start to do anything, part of me would rather see us replace the infrastructure that's already underground that is, way aged. That's one thing we are bad about here is, since everything is, congressional appropriations and then kind of down the line, everybody trying to optimize their budgets between states, cities, and the Fed, it just gets pushed down, lower and lower on the priority list. Yeah, because, here in your time here, you've probably, seen some of the campaign commercials that are running right now, virtually nonstop. So that's really how things get done here, is there's a bunch of, kind of vanity projects that, get people going, and then infrastructure all falls to the side until it's literally falling apart. And then you get the emotional response to fix it.
So on the lean side, that was something that I thought could be improved, is the traffic light system. But on the lean side, the standardization of street numbering and avenue numbering is very good. Compared to Europe, where we have street names named after people, obviously places, and there isn't any particular system to it. There's no particular logic to the naming of streets in Europe, whereas in most US cities there is a very logical method, and that is you start at Main Street in the center, and then either, I'm not sure whether that's also First Street, but you basically work out from the center, First Street or First Avenue, and I think streets and avenues are perpendicular. Is that correct?
I forgot how all those work, but streets.
But basically, you can tell where you are in the city by the number of the avenue or the number of the street. And that's the distance you are away from the center, and that just makes complete sense to me, and it's very, very, very good for navigation.
Yeah. So and you can find the good thing. And I used to be a pizza delivery driver when I was in high school, and this is before we had like Garmin GPS, but it was $200, so pizza delivery boy couldn't afford it. So we found everything just by using the cross streets, because the addresses all work. So if you have like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th Street, the cross street from that would be 12th. So 12th and 5th, and it's the 34th little position on there.
Yep, absolutely.